Alright, so today we're going to look at operations with matrices, which is section 8.2. We're going to look at how to add and subtract, how to scalar multiply, and then how to multiply matrices. Alright, and so then matrix multiplication is slightly more complicated in that you have to multiply your second matrix by your first one in sideways order. Okay, so I already got that down. Okay. So the first thing we're going to look at is we're going to look at adding some matrices. And so since these matrices have the same order, they're the same size, we can add them by just adding our corresponding parts. So we know our matrix is going to stay a 2 by 2 matrix because that's what they started out as. So we just add our corresponding parts. So negative 1 plus 1 is 0. 2 plus 3 is 5. 0 plus negative 1 is, and 1 plus 2 is 3. So if you just add your corresponding parts, that'll make your new matrix. Oh, super easy. Alright, so then if I look at example 2D, I'm given the matrix 2, 1, 0, 4, 0, negative 1, 3, negative 2, 2, plus 0, 1, negative 1, 3, 2, 4. Okay, do these matrices have the same order? No. So this just has no solution. you can't add matrices that aren't the same size. So since those aren't the same size, you can't add them. Okay, so any questions on adding or subtracting? Okay. For scalar multiplication, I said that we're going to multiply. So if I'm given 3 times A, then I know that I need to take matrix A times 3. The matrix A is 2, 2, 4, negative 3, 0, negative 1, and 2, 1, 2. Yep, every number times 3. Alright, so 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times negative 3 is 3 times 0, 3 times negative 1, 3 times 2, 6, 3, 6. Okay, any questions on that one? Pretty straightforward. Okay, so if I do the same thing then for 3c, where I take 3a minus b, so I'm doing 2 things. I'm doing scalar multiplication and I'm subtracting. Alright, so if I take 3 times a, then I get 6. 6, 12. This is the same a as your last example, just FYI. 9, 0, negative 3, 6, 3, 6. Okay, and I'm subtracting b from that. Alright, so 6 minus 2 is 4, 6 minus 0 is 6, 12 minus 0 is 12. Negative 9 minus 1 is negative 10. 0 minus negative 4 is 4. Negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6. 6 minus negative 1 is 7. 3 minus 3 is, and 6 minus 2 is 4. Okay, and then the last thing that we're going to look at then is matrix multiplication. Okay, so when you're multiplying your matrices, I said you have to multiply them sideways. So I have to take this row, or this column, and multiply it by this row. Okay, and so it's like I'm taking this and I'm twisting it. So I'm going to take negative 1 times the negative 3, and I'm going to take the 3 times the negative 4. And then you add those numbers together. So then if I do that again, and I do it to my second row, I take the 4 times the negative 3, and the negative 2 times the negative 4. And then if I do that to my third row, 5 times negative 3 plus 0 times negative 4. And that becomes your new first column. So if I do the same thing then with the 2, 1, I have to do that again, and I take it times my first row sideways. So 2 times, or negative 1 times 2 plus 3 times 1. Then if I take it to my second row, 4 times 2 plus negative 2 times 1. And in my third row, 5 times 2 plus 1 times, or plus 0 times 1. Okay, so let's actually figure out then what those equal. So negative 1 times negative 3 is 3, and 3 times negative 4 is negative 12, so 3 plus negative 12 is negative 9. Okay, so we just figured out 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Negative 2 times negative 4 is 8. So negative 12 plus 8 is negative 4. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15, and 0 times negative 4 is, so negative 15 plus 0 is negative 15. Okay, then if I do the same thing over here, negative 1 times 2 is negative 2, and 3 times 1 is negative 2 plus 3 is 1. 4 times 2 is 8. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, so 8 plus negative 2 is 6. And then 5 times 2 is 10. 0 times 1 is 10 plus 0 is 10. Does that make sense? Okay, do you guys want to do another one or just get started on your assignment? What do you want to do, Michael? You want to do another one? Or you want to... You think you're good? Okay. Alright, so we're going to do 594, 11 through 24, and 33 through 40.